walking past the KTV entrance. I heard Ethan's teasing voice from inside. Liam, just fooling around after losing a bet. You don't actually think I'd fall for a beta without pheromones, do you? The crowd waited for my reaction. I smiled, because I was the one who started this game. The day after Ethan made that wager, he came rushing to confess his feelings with such heartfelt sincerity that I almost believed him. But having known him forever, how could I miss that fleeting triumph in his eyes when I tearfully accepted? The Simmons brothers and I grew up together in the same military compound. Jacob, the eldest, had always been gentle and refined. Ethan, the second son, was his polar opposite. The same boy who'd reduced me to tears countless times, only to have Jacob comfort me afterward. I carried a torch for Jacob for years, but he married young. When my delayed secondary gender finally manifested as beta while both brothers became alphas, I locked myself in my room for one night before resuming normal life. My family watched me carefully. I was the first beta in 3 generations. Truthfully, I didn't mind being beta. I just mourned losing access to Jacob's world. So I set a trap using myself as bait. Certain Ethan would take it. Let him play his games while I ran mine. We'd both get what we deserved. You agreed so quickly, Liam. Had your eye on me all along? I smirked. Since your diaper days. Liam. Ethan yanked me into his chest, his towering frame forcing me to crane my neck. As he leaned in, I instinctively turned away. Can't kiss my own boyfriend? He grumbled, tilting my face back. Too fast. Didn't know you were such a prude. Ethan chuckled, nuzzling my neck. You smell amazing for a beta. What's your secret? I let him inhale the unscented air, smiling at his practiced lies. Yes, I said flatly. You used to bully me all the time. Why would you ever think I was cute back then? Ethan's kisses trailed up my neck, nuzzling against my cheeks. His voice came out muffled, like a puppy's whimper. I was wrong. I'm sorry. So sorry, babe. His lips grazed the corner of my mouth, hovering just shy of a real kiss. This strange sensation flooded through me. The first time I'd ever questioned if my choices were right. But when I opened my eyes to see Ethan's face, so eerily similar to Jacob's, I closed them again without protest. The warm softness finally pressed against my lips, tentative at first, then lingering. Against all reason, tears welled up. You're crying? Ethan frowned, genuine confusion mixing with panic. Clearly Mr. Confident here never imagined his kissing skills could reduce someone to tears. Was I really? I touched my cheek and found wetness glistening on my fingertips. Must be overwhelming emotion. Ethan's face lit up. Jesus, Liam, how crazy are you about me? I gripped his broad shoulders tightly. Yeah, I'm crazy about you. Then why play hard to get earlier? He chuckled, breath warm against my ear. Tell me, what's your favorite thing about me? My gaze locked with his. Your face. For once, I told Ethan the complete truth. After we started dating, I found more excuses to visit the Simmons family. Sometimes I dropped by Ethan's campus where he and Jacob remained inseparable. Those golden brotherly bonds everyone admired. Jacob noticed my frequent visits. You two fought like cats and dogs growing up, he remarked casually. Funny how adulthood changes things. Before I could respond, Ethan cut in. People change. Our eyes met briefly. I knew he feared revealing our relationship status. Not that I planned to either. At the cafeteria later, my silence made Ethan misinterpret my mood. I'm not hiding us on purpose, he said, pulling me closer. If Jacob finds out, he'll turn it into 20 questions. Plus, after growing up practically siblings with you, I shrugged off his arm. We were never close. Ethan clung like an overgrown golden retriever. We're closer than anyone now. Keep holding me like this and someone might see. He instantly released me. Drop the act, Ethan. I murmured, uncertain if he heard. His caution made sense. The campus heartthrob admitting to monogamy? That'd be apocalyptic. Frankly, anyone caught in Ethan's orbit was doomed. As I sipped soup, a delicate-featured boy approached, too slight for an alpha. He plopped down beside Ethan with a sugary voice. Long time no see. Not really. Ethan didn't look up from his fries. Liam, this is Dylan, my buddy's cousin. He pointed at me again. This is my childhood friend, the guy I grew up with. His name is Liam Harper. Your buddy's called Ryan Yuan? How'd you know? I mumbled. We met before. More than met, we almost hooked up. My first bar experience happened when friends dragged me there. Back then, I didn't know the difference between regular bars and gay bars. Just noticed the place swarmed with men. The air reeked of pheromones from alphas and omegas. I wanted to leave immediately, but my friends insisted. We played dice games until my head spun. Someone handed me mint water, spiked. I later realized. My frantic escape attempt ended in the bathroom where I splashed water on my burning face. The heat kept rising. God damn it. My memories get fuzzy here. I vaguely recall a man helping me without crossing lines. That man was Ryan. We rarely saw each other afterward since our families weren't close. I actively avoided gatherings he attended, until today when I met his cousin Dylan. And this cousin's obvious crush on Ethan? Please, the universe clearly enjoys torturing me. Sighing, I stood. I'm heading out, lab data needs organizing. Need a ride? I'm good. There's a new movie this weekend. Want to catch it? After brief hesitation, I agreed. Walking away, I caught fragments of Dylan's whine. Ethan, take me too. No reply from Ethan, but I'd bet my left kidney he won't say no. Turns out I was half right. Dylan showed up, expected. Ryan tagging along? Absolute nightmare. Our theater row now contained Ethan, Dylan, me, and Ryan. Why couldn't these cousins sit together? Plenty of empty seats. Yet they chose this torture configuration. Was sitting in the middle not good enough? My irritation kept growing until I couldn't even focus on the movie plot. Ethan beside me seemed thoroughly entertained though. Move. I need to pee. Sure. I stood at the bathroom sink mechanically washing hands, brainstorming exit strategies. When I looked up, a dark silhouette loomed behind me. Two broken fluorescent tubes left the theater restroom dimly lit, making me jump. Seems we keep meeting in bathrooms. Maybe fate's trying to tell us something? That idiot Ryan's voice gave him away immediately. Fuck off. I tried shoving past him, but his alpha strength pinned my wrist effortlessly. What do you want? My back hit the wet countertop as Ryan lifted me onto the sink. Disgusted by the damp surface, I kicked at him only to have my legs trapped between his thighs. We glared at each other until he crushed his mouth against mine. The bastard kissed me until oxygen became an urgent necessity. You? I gasped, throat constricting with unspoken curses. Why are you avoiding me? Seriously? Wasn't this our mutual understanding? You think hooking up once means you're in love? Yes. My retort died as he continued. You're my first. You owe me responsibility. Responsibility my ass. I swallowed the words, not wanting his mouth on me again. Are you even a real alpha? Want to verify? Fuck off. Let me down. Unblock my number and socials first. Fine. He seemed surprised by my quick agreement, slowly lowering me, like I couldn't block him again later. Idiot. Did you two get lost in the sewers? Ethan's crude comment earned my glare. Shut it and watch your damn movie. Oblivious as ever, Ethan remained unaware his sort of boyfriend just got cheated on. The realization almost made me laugh. Leaning close to Ryan's ear, I whispered, Stop chasing me. I'm Ethan's boyfriend now. I gestured for him to look at our intertwined hands. Ryan remained silent. That night, he texted me frowny face. Playing the homewrecker now? How very love in the fallen city of you. What a psycho. For days, Ryan bombarded me with increasingly explicit messages. So vulgar I almost wanted to screenshot them for the world to see their supposedly aloof campus heartthrob's true colors. Unable to endure it, I quietly blocked all his contacts again. Days later, an unknown number messaged frowny face, you can't hide forever. I'll come find you after training. His message count already tripled Ethan's texts. My actual boyfriend. An unsettling chill crept over me, like being stalked by some deranged predator. When winter break arrived, I packed my bags and fled overseas without telling anyone except my parents. Only after landing did I check Ethan's multiple missed calls and Sophia's message frowny face, Liam, your boyfriend's cheating. As one of few who knew about Ethan and me, Sophia, a female alpha with a gorgeous omega partner, constantly ragged on alphas while praising omegas. Her daily rants about untrustworthy alphas and superior omega mates made me chuckle, considering she herself was an alpha. Though skeptical of her tendency for hyperbole, part of me wasn't surprised. With who? I replied. An omega. She immediately sent shaky footage of Ethan lounging on a couch while an omega fed him drinks. Probably another raucous party game. Let him be. I typed. I've seen this before. See? 9,999% of alphas eventually cheat with omegas. They can't resist pheromones. Don't get love blind. Liam. I smirked. So omegas never cheat with alphas? Totally different. Omegas are naturally loyal. Alphas? Born to stray. She quickly added. Except me. Turkey's serene landscapes brought peace. Sleeping till noon. Leisurely lunches. Solitary strolls. Until one evening, the doorbell chimed, expecting room service. I opened the door to find Ryan leaning against the frame. You how? I sputtered. Since when can you just waltz overseas? Did you GPS tag me? I told you I'd come. Ryan scooped me up and tossed me onto the creaking sofa. When I smacked his shoulder, protesting the paper-thin walls, he kept kissing me like a man possessed. Neighbors be damned. The chaos felt like a battlefield. Amid the commotion, I stopped Ryan's advancing movements. Stop. We can't keep going. At least save me some dignity. Ryan looked utterly frustrated but climbed off me obediently, storming into the bathroom. Annoyingly, I found his disheveled state somewhat endearing. Ryan's arrival derailed our original month-long travel plans. Trapped in hotel rooms daily, I feared we'd cross the irreversible line any moment. After hastily visiting remaining attractions, I fled home on the earliest flight. Men, nothing but obstacles to my freedom. Ryan's clinginess made me forget my actual boyfriend Ethan across the ocean. 2 weeks without contact. Unanswered calls. Massaging my temples. I sent perfunctory texts to salvage our crumbling relationship. Frowny face, bad mood lately. Went abroad to decompress. Didn't mean to ghost you. Returning tonight. Dinner? Now Ethan ignored me. Predictable. His pride likely interpreted my silence as intentional cruelty, prompting retaliation. Upon landing, his delayed message appeared. Frowny face, 8 p.m. The Cloud Pavilion. Mr. Harper. This way. The hostess guided me to the 19th floor entertainment complex, karaoke lounges and game halls. Mr. Simmons awaits in suite 1906. I entered hearing Ethan's theatrically loud declaration. Liam. Lost a bet and fooled around with him. You think I'd love some pheromone-deficient beta? The room froze as I appeared. Everyone anticipated my outrage. Instead, I smiled brightly. Haven't eaten. Invite me after your games. They didn't. I dined lavishly alone. Ethan never messaged again. Preparing for a hectic semester, I returned to campus housing. An omega lounged in my living room, Ryan's cousin Dylan from the cafeteria incident. Dylan? How dare you show up at Ethan's place? The omega sneered. Why wouldn't I? After his public rejection, decent people would disappear. I examined the mortgage documents on the wall. Funny. My name's still on the deed. Shameless? I laughed coldly, raising my hand to deliver a stinging slap across his face. The crisp sound echoed through the marble foyer. Who the hell do you think you are to lecture me? The omega's eyes welled up instantly, his delicate fingers fluttering to cover the angry red mark blooming on his porcelain cheek. Pathetic little thing. Liam. You. Get out. I sneered, stepping closer until my shadow engulfed him. Every tile you're standing on belongs to me. Who's the real trespasser here? He scrambled backward, designer loafers slipping on polished stone, landing hard on his perfectly curved backside. Perfect timing. Ethan chose that moment to stride through the double doors, his designer suit immaculate as always. Liam. Ethan's voice carried winter frost as he helped the trembling omega up. Explain yourself. The omega clung to Ethan's arm like ivy, tearful gaze magnified by artfully curled lashes. Ethan. Since when do I need an appointment to discipline intruders? I adjusted my cufflinks, watching Ethan's jaw tighten. His sandalwood scent spiked with irritation. You think I'd lower myself to torment you? Ethan's laugh held no humor. You're the one who vanished to Stanford without warning. Though I hear Ryan kept you entertained. My fingers twitched. So Dylan had been feeding him stories. Of course. Ryan's amused smirk flashed through my memory, always ready to fan the flames. We had marvelous fun. I purred, grabbing my leather satchel. Enjoy your plaything. The ensuing silence lasted 17 days. 17 days of burying myself in lab reports and 3 a.m. library sessions. The sterile scent of ethanol and old books overriding memories of sandalwood and betrayal. The call came during my biochem final review. Liam speaking. Static. Then an unfamiliar voice. Ethan's wasted at Golden Road Lounge. Won't leave unless you come. I stared at my highlighted notes. Contact Dylan. Wait. He keeps saying he needs your scent? The stranger sounded desperate. We can't move him. Ridiculous. My beta physiology produced no pheromones. Yet 23 minutes later, I strode past thumping bass lines to find Ethan sprawled across a velvet banquette, tie loosened and hair disheveled. Evening, princess. I deadpanned, hauling his arm over my shoulders. His weight slumped against me, whiskey breath warming my neck. Let's get you home. His fingers tangled in my shirt as I maneuvered through the crowd. Lee. Save it. The parking lot's chill air bit through my thin sweater. You reek of regret and cheap bourbon. The drive to his penthouse passed in silence, broken only by his uneven breathing. As I deposited him on Italian leather sheets, his hand shot out to grasp my wrist. Stay. I pried his fingers loose one by one. You lost that privilege when you let Dylan through our doors. The elevator doors closed on his crumpled form. 28 floors descended, each level etching resolve deeper. Let him drown in his scotch-soaked remorse. I had electron microscopy results to analyze by dawn. I tugged at Ethan, but he didn't budge. Help me get him into my car. Got it. We sped through the streets to his place. I hadn't been back since moving out. The layout remained unchanged. None of the renovations I'd expected from that Omega moving in. Dragging Ethan's dead-drunk alpha weight to the couch took every ounce of strength I had. Panting, I glared at his unconscious form. I've gone above and beyond for you, Ethan. When he didn't stir, I kicked his shin hard. Should have left you rotting at the bar. The dorm curfew had long passed. I glanced at my old room, bedding still intact. Leaving Ethan sprawled on the couch. I crashed there. Something heavy and feverish pinned me awake at 3 a.m. Of course, Ethan. What's wrong with you? My pushing hands got trapped. His scorching skin and flushed face registered belatedly. Rut cycle? He nuzzled my neck, slurring. Babe? I'm sorry. Don't leave. I slapped his cheek gently. Snap out of it. Any inhibitors here? No. His glassy eyes met mine. Liam. Know exactly who you are. Liam. Sorry. Think I'm falling for you. His breath hitched. Love you. So much. Every word electrocuted my nerves. I flooded the room with light, gripping his jaw. Say that again. Love me. How dare Jacob's mirror image utter those words? When I'd nearly stopped caring. Morning brought aching muscles and empty bedsheets. Typical alpha, hit it and quit it. Who are you cursing? Ethan leaned against the doorway holding oatmeal, smirk in place. You. I glared. He set the bowl down, hands roaming my sore hips. I nearly dropped the spoon. Never thought you'd come back last night. His lips brushed my ear. Still care, don't you? Stop the theatrics and we'll be fine. Deal. When we reappeared publicly, his buddies swarmed with congratulations. The bar guy especially preened like our relationship architect. Save me the best man seat. Only Sophia disapproved. Liam, you used to be sensible. Now, pathetic simp. If I said this isn't simping? Everyone heard Ethan call you a fling, yet you came crawling back. Textbook simp behavior. I'm not with him for a romantic relationship. Then what for? A secret. Sophia couldn't pry anything more from me and finally gave up, tossing out a suit yourself before leaving. There was another extremely displeased person present. Ryan, of course. He watched me from across the crowd, his expression completely unreadable at this distance. I imagined his face remained impassive. I expected Ryan to approach, but he never did. In the blink of an eye, he vanished entirely. An inexplicable unease stirred in my chest, though I quickly brushed it aside. Ethan and I fell into months of decadent indulgence. Even with academic pressures mounting, we remained insatiable between the sheets. This became the most harmonious period in our tumultuous relationship. As finals approached, Alliance Military Academy prepared its annual gala where cadets could bring family or close companions. Ethan wanted me as his date. Having missed social events lately, I readily agreed. The ballroom shimmered with clinking crystal and rustling silks. Most alphas paraded Omega partners about, making the few solo attendees conspicuous. Sipping champagne by the dance floor, I spotted Ryan approaching alone. "Care to dance?" he murmured. Before I could decline, Ethan materialized between us like summoned lightning. "He's mine," my alpha growled, fingers possessively circling my waist. "We'll be dancing." Ryan's obsidian eyes lingered before he melted back into the crowd. "That scheming bastard," Ethan hissed, jaw clenched. "Never pegged him for a mate poacher." I chuckled. "Who knew you had a jealous streak?" "Territorial as hell," he admitted, tilting my chin up. "Stay away from him." The orchestra swelled into a new number. Under the chandelier's glow, Ethan's features looked carved from marble perfection. My breath caught watching him. "Why stare like that?" he murmured. "Maybe I'm falling for you," I whispered. The music abruptly quickened. Without warning, Ethan swept me into dizzying spins, my protests drowned by laughter. The world blurred into golden streaks until nausea overwhelmed me. "Ethan, stop. I'm..." Darkness swallowed me mid-sentence. "Pregnant 2 weeks." Fragments of conversation pierced the fog. My hand flew to my stomach, finding only flatness where new life supposedly grew. Ethan's child. A Simmons heir. The realization sent illicit thrill through me. Footsteps approached. I expected Ethan's cedar scent, but found Ryan instead. "Where's Ethan?" I demanded. "He has some things to investigate." Ryan sat by my hospital bed. "The doctor says you need to stay for observation a few days." What could be more important than our child? Resentment toward Ethan bubbled up in me despite myself. "Fine. Let him do whatever," I said coldly. "Are you hungry? I'll go get you something." Ryan started toward the door. "Ryan." I stopped him. "I'm carrying another alpha's child. Why are you still chasing after me?" "What does that matter?" Their persistent attention was giving me a migraine. I pulled the hospital blanket over my head, muffling my reply. "Do whatever you want then." During my entire hospital stay, Ryan showed up like clockwork every day. Ethan didn't visit once. My messages went unanswered. I couldn't understand Ethan's radio silence. If he wanted to enjoy his youth without parental responsibilities, why not just talk to me? Did he think I'd cling to him? Yet he'd vanished like smoke, giving me my first bitter taste of emotional abuse. On discharge day, I went straight to the Simmons family estate. The unlocked door revealed Ethan sprawled on the couch, empty liquor bottles littering the floor. This was his urgent business? Rage ignited in my chest. I hurled my purse at him. "Get up." Ethan stirred slowly, his movements sluggish. His bloodshot eyes held something unsettling, but I was past caring. "Just give it to me straight." "Ethan, what's your deal? What's there to say?" His voice rasped like sandpaper. "Spit it out. You want my brother, yet you spread your legs for me. Doesn't that disgust you, Liam?" The accusation froze me mid-step. I'd known this confrontation would come, but not like this. Not with his breath reeking of whiskey and betrayal. "Who told you? Was it Ryan? Or did you figure it out yourself? Does it matter?" Ethan gripped his hair until knuckles whitened. "You played me like a damn fool. Must have been hilarious watching me fall for your little game." His bitter laugh curdled the air. "We grew up together. Liam, how could you want Jacob so badly you'd use me like this?" The pregnancy bomb dropped like lead. "Get rid of it." "No." My hands instinctively cradled my stomach. "I'm keeping the baby." "You don't love me but want to keep my child?" Ethan's glare could have melted steel. Planning to pretend it's Jacob's? That's not. Face it, you're just his sloppy seconds. The cruelty in his smirk shocked me. How pathetic. Shut up. I whirled toward the door. I'll raise this child alone. You won't pay a dime or play daddy. Consider yourself free. Liam. Wait. Ethan's grip clamped my wrist like a vice. Fear prickled my neck as whiskey fumes assaulted my senses. Let go. The standoff crackled with years of tangled history and fresh wounds. Somewhere between our shaking hands, a life hung in the balance. I struggled to break free from Ethan, accidentally kicking over an empty liquor bottle on the floor. My feet slipped and I fell hard, searing pain exploding through my abdomen. The last thing I saw before losing consciousness was Ethan's horrified face. The sharp tang of antiseptic stung my nostrils when I awoke beneath blinding white hospital lights, and 4 needles protruded from my forearm as I frantically pressed the call button. Stay still. A nurse rushed in, steadying my arm. You'll dislodge the 4. My baby, my throat constricted, is my child. The nurse avoided my gaze until Ryan entered, his dress shoes clicking against linoleum. It's gone. His voice gentled. Beta pregnancies are fragile. The miscarriage risk was always high. My world shattered. The heart monitor's steady beep drowned beneath tidal waves of static. My first child. Gone. Ethan's waiting outside. Ryan smoothed my hair, lips grazing my temple. Say the word and I'll have security remove him. Or we can leave through the private elevator. Never let me see him again. Each syllable carved itself into my bones. Never. Then we disappear. Time dissolved into morphine-hazed nights. I lost track of weeks spent staring at unfamiliar ceiling cracks, barely registering when Ryan moved me to his seaside estate. Grief clung like second skin until my psychiatrist diagnosed mild depression, a verdict my former self would have mocked. It's temporary. Ryan cocooned me against his cashmere sweater, our nightly ritual. We have all the time you need. He brought home a snow-white kitten with Arctic blue eyes. We spent afternoons curled on sun-warmed window seats, spurs vibrating through my numb chest. The isolation felt safer than facing reality, until early spring when my therapist declared me recovered. I need to go home, I whispered into Ryan's shoulder. His embrace tightened. I'll be there. Ryan had become my anchor through hospital corridors and silent breakdowns. What began as dependency had deepened into something resembling love, though I warned him it might never match his intensity. This is enough. He'd insisted, tracing the hollows my grief had carved. Ethan materialized at the airport arrivals gate, desperation etching new lines around his eyes. Months of distance had dulled my rage to weary resignation. How are you feeling? His alpha musk triggered phantom nausea. Alive. The word tasted bitter. I never meant. Stop. My palm sliced air between us. The kitten stirred in its carrier, ice blue eyes judging us both. Ryan's car idled curbside, engine purring like my little protector. Without glancing back, I walked toward the only future that mattered. That day was an accident. I know. I sighed. Maybe it was all fate's doing, my karma catching up. I forgive you. We're even now. Are you with Ryan? I hesitated 2 seconds before answering truthfully. Yes. To my surprise, Ethan reacted violently. You think he's some saint? That whole substitute lover situation? Ryan's the one who told me about it originally. I'd already guessed as much. But it didn't matter anymore. Water under the bridge. I nodded. I'm no saint either. Then, can I try winning you back? I frowned. I'm already with Ryan. Ethan's face flushed crimson. He gets to steal my partner, but I can't return the favor? I actually laughed. Being a homewrecker doesn't suit you. I've changed. If he can play the other woman, why shouldn't I? Let's not normalize third-wheeling. I glanced at passersby turning heads at our conversation. Ethan had truly thrown all dignity out the window. Let's talk another time. Ryan's waiting. I waved him off. Don't follow. I didn't look back.